Hello and welcome to episode 62 of the Liberland Show. I'm your host, Adam J. Carswell. Today we are joined by Jonas Lebeda, the lead organizer for Floating Man Festival. Jonas, thank you for coming on the show. And do you have any opening remarks for our listeners?
Thank you, Adam. Thanks for having me. I would like just to say hi to all Liberlanders who are watching or listening the show, and I hope I will see you all on the festival this summer. Hopefully, the
That's right. There
situation
you go. Good
gonna get
segue.
better.
Or what was that?
I'm saying hopefully the worldwide situation gonna get better and we will be free to travel. We hardly believe in that, so yeah, I hope to see you all in the festival.
Good segue. So yeah, the festival, guys. Jonas is responsible for Floating Man Festival, which I think have we had two. Is this the third annual one coming up this year?
This is gonna be third Floating Man
Third
Festival,
one, yeah.
2021.
So Jonas has helped us, especially last year. I mean, that was a major accomplishment that we were able to pull off Floating Man last year, given the virus. Um, knock on wood, we can we can make a bigger turnout and a bigger appearance this year. You about to say
Yeah, we
something?
was quite lucky last year. We were
Yeah.
quite lucky last year because there was quite small window where the country is being quite open, and that was exactly when the festival was happening. So we had to scale down a lot, but on the end it was like a nice, friendly atmosphere with the hardcore Liberlanders who was able to come and risk if they're gonna stuck on the airports or on the borders. But on the end, everything went smoothly, and I believe everyone got good time and get safely there and home.
Yeah, and hey, I mean, Floating Man Festival is, it's something where, from my perspective, I'm watching it grow. I saw what went into it the first year, good turnout. Second year, especially for the limitations that we had, this second year, it's still growing. So it's going to be a fun festival to keep in touch with. And for wherever you are in the world right now, listening, put Floating Man on your calendar. Is definitely going to be one to keep an eye on and one to go to as well. Real quick, because we are going to dive into it here, but the website for anyone listening or following along right now, they can go to, was it floatingman.ll.land?
I have to add, that's correct, that's the website. And I have to add, we are building the website for this year. So probably middle of February, all the information is going to be up and we're going to start selling early birds tickets. The festival going to happen 12 to 15 August 2021.
There you go, 12th to 15th of August. I know, yeah, I'm putting the pressure on you now. So after the interview, you got to go, go check out the website. But yeah, there you go, guys. And Jonas is kind of the mind behind it. He really helps make sure that the speakers show up. And his background is in music. So I know as far as the music side of things, personally, I'm looking forward to the continued growth of the music side of things for the festival as well. I didn't get to go last year. And then the year before was just, anyways, no excuses, but I'm looking forward to getting over there, especially for the music. And that's, as I mentioned, your background. So can you tell us a little bit just about your journey and your background in music, and then also as a Liberlandian?
I'll start with Liberland. So I was following the Liberland online since the beginning, as I'm from Czech Republic. So when it became, we was interviewed in multiple Czech medias quite immediately. So I've been fun and following the social medias and with since early. I was always thinking, how can I join? And later I heard Beat's speech where he mentioned that they preparing this festival, and at the same speech, someone on the end asked him like, what is the best way to join Liberland or how to apply for citizenship? And he said just to spend time, money, or effort. And I was like, okay, this is exactly my opportunity because I'm working on events. So I sent my CV and motivation letter to the office, and guys replied, and since then I start actively organizing the festival.
Yeah, and you've been very, as I mentioned, you've been very involved. Leading up into this day, this is the first time we actually got to chat, but especially when it comes to the floating man time of the year. All you hear is Jonas this and Jonas that, and oh yeah, check with Jonas and Jonas. So you can tell that he's definitely the one who's making it happen behind the scenes for us. And then I also want to highlight what you were talking about, which is getting involved with Liberland. I think we have a lot of Liberlandians currently that want to get involved, but they just kind of feel like they don't know how, or they don't know maybe what their skill set would be. And you're a perfect example of you identified what the country needed and was like, hey, I can do this. And then, from my own experience as well with the Liberland Show, like 2 or 3 years ago, I was like, hey, do we have a podcast for the country? And everyone was kind of like, no. I was like, all right, can I do it? They're like, yeah. So like, that's all it takes. If you see a lack of something at Liberland and you're listening right now, just raise your hand and ask, hey, how can I help? Because next thing you know, you're
Yeah,
Jonas putting on the float.
exactly. Like that was exactly my situation. Like I was like, oh, I have no skill set, to build country, but then I realized there is like place for events, which is my thing. So yeah,
And I'm
definitely,
sure,
guys.
for
I
example, I
think
mean, it's not like when the events come around, you're super busy. So it's not like just because you're doing events now that we don't need someone to help with events anymore. If anything, I mean, this interview could be like, hey, do you want to work with Jonas? Like, here you go. You get to meet him now. Reach out. If you want to help with floating man, this is your guy. He'll put you to work.
yeah, I think that on the website we mentioned there is or there will be like a form which everyone can fill up. And if you want to participate in any way, if you guys musicians or if you want to bring any other like free time activities, please let us know, and we will be more than happy if you guys join. We want the idea behind the festival is festival from Liberlander for Liberlanders by Liberlanders. So we would really like to make it this way.
And yeah, guys, so that's one more time. The website is floatingman.ll.land, correct?
That's Liberland official. How to say, not platform, but
Yeah, website platform. That's the official website. And through there, well, is there? I remember last year there was a Facebook page or a Facebook event as well. Has the Facebook event for this year been created yet?
we have Facebook page which
Okay.
is Floating Man, and the like event page, Facebook event that will be created when we update the website, which is gonna happen middle of February.
Okay, so there you go, guys. Yeah, go ahead and check out the Facebook page as well for Floating Man.
It's also a good way how to contact us. We
Perfect.
want to be active there. So yeah, drop the comment in the Facebook page, and yeah.
So Jonas, tell us, you know, being the being the mind behind Floating Man, what is your vision for the festival? Let's say within the next 10 years. Say 10 years from now, what would you want Floating Man to look like? Do you want, multiple stages, different concerts, different conferences? Like, I'm just throwing ideas out there, but what do you have in mind? You're the kind of the creator.
Well, the most would be if we can actually do it on the land of the Liberland itself, as currently we're doing it nearby Liberland on the Serbian side. That's where we can access. So the best would be if we can do the festival on Liberland side, on the Liberland land. And then, yeah, if we scale up and having more participants and bigger stages and bigger names on the conference and more activities, that would be awesome. And I hope we're gonna get there. But most cool thing would be if we are on Liberland.
And your background is in music, as we've touched on. How is your background in music? Like, are you play a certain instrument? Are you a DJ? Like, what is it?
First, I start DJing, and it really like I find out that this is like what I want to do in life. Not exactly DJing, but I consider myself as a music enthusiast or fanatic. So At the moment, I was into events. I'm doing sound and sound engineering, live or in studio. I record few podcasts also. So this is what I'm doing. Now it's a bit difficult as the worldwide situation is because there are no events. Yeah.
I do follow a couple DJs, and you're in the calling us from the UK right now.
Mm-hmm.
I noticed they are starting to open up a few venues for events in April there. I don't know if that's if that's anything you've seen. Do you know who Mark Knight is by chance?
Pardon?
Mark Knight.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Never heard. He's a
He's
British
a
DJ.
London-based DJ. I saw on his Spotify something he's doing an event in April. Maybe it's just a
Could be
normal thing.
online. Well, they have in London like tiers, and they quite opening the venues quite early, I would say. Or a few months ago, I was still doing live sound in venue. Now it's closed. Now all the venues are shut, but they have quite strict rules. Like people have to sit and wear face mask and limited people on around the table and in the venue. But they still, let the businesses open quite early, I would say. I mean, I don't want to call it early, but if I compare with the rest of the Europe, the venues are usually open here earlier than everywhere else.
So real quick, I'm going to ask you to move the mouse on your computer again real quick so everyone can see that nice floating man background that you had. There we go. So yeah, guys, Floating Man Festival. What can our viewers and listeners be looking forward to in regards to Floating Man this year that has never been done before? I know I'm putting the pressure on you. It's okay.
Yeah, we still are planning. So we definitely want to have conference in one of the first days when people are still fresh. The other day are usually concerts, and third day of concerts or DJs, mostly like music. And third day is trip to Liberland. Usually there is many surprises on the festival, so I would say if you guys come, you're gonna definitely experience something no one expected.
That is so
I mean,
true.
this is in very positive way.
I just have to say, it's my experience in running events as well. Not quite on your level, but it seems like anytime you're doing any kind of event, you've got like this plan on how everything is going to go, and then nothing goes as planned. It still finds a way to work out, but I hear you. I hear you on that.
Yeah.
So I mean, I guess I kind of left you hanging there, but yeah, as far as what to expect, so just expect the unexpected in the best way possible, is what you're saying.
That's what I
Um,
would say. Yeah.
and then yeah, I mean, I guess we'll just we'll follow it up here one more time. Go to floatingman.ll.land, and if anyone wants to get in touch with you, Jonas, the best way is probably through the website. You said there's a forum there.
Through the website or through the Facebook page, Floating Man Festival.
Okay. Nice. Well, you know what? I always kind of need a quote to begin each episode with, and I'm sure we've had some quotable statements from you so far in this interview. But is there any like life philosophy that you live by? And I say that because I'll probably take it from here, and when we edit the interview, I'm gonna put it at the beginning. So, what's your life philosophy?
Oh yeah, I consider myself as a libertarian. That's why I get involved in Liberland. Um, this is really short, but I hope that says a lot. What else to add?
Okay, yeah. So I mean, like, what I'm asking for is, could you give us like your wisdom? What's like the motto that you live by every day? For example, for me, I would say, everyone should have the right to choose what they want to do with their life. No one should be forced to do anything. I would say something like that. So like, do you have a motto or anything like that?
Yeah, if we're talking about Liberland and Liberland Festival, I really like to live and let live.
Okay.
I think that's very strong, and I definitely agree with that. And I would say, um, missing the English word. I'm sorry.
It's
Like
okay. Spoken like a
I've
true
taken it.
Liberland. What was that?
Yeah. It's like I consider this as my opinion too, even if I didn't, say this first time.
Yeah. To live and let live. There you go, guys. Well, Jonas, thank you for. I know this. We were joking before the call. You're a little bit nervous to come on here today, so thank you for coming out of your comfort zone and letting our country know who you are, guys. I'm going to say it one more time: floatingman.ll.land. Go become friends with Jonas. He's a cool guy. If you couldn't pick that up already, and yeah, thank you for tuning in. And Jonas, thank you for taking the time to come on the show.
Thanks for having me. I would say maybe last thing, it just came into my mind. Maybe we can make like some competition that people can win 2 tickets to the festival. What would you say?
I say that's a great idea. So, where do we begin? Maybe we'll think
Mm,
about it. But the first thing that came to head for me is like, fill out that form on the website if you want to win tickets. But let's circle back on it, and then we'll do a special show for that contest.
okay,
Yeah.
cool.
All right, guys. So keep your eyes peeled for another interview with Jonas, because the next time we're going to be giving stuff away. Don't want to miss that one.
Thank you.
All right. Well, this has been episode 62 of the Liberland Show. We were joined today by Jonas Lebeda, the lead organizer for the Floating Man Festival. I'm your host, Adam J. Carswell. Thank you for tuning in, and we will catch you in the next episode.